Who won this race 10 years ago. It seems a long time now, Ricky.
Yeah, it's like the end of the world, isn't it? 10 years ago, it's totally different. Racing's probably the same, still some same faces there, just 10 years older. But it's a lot harder now, I can tell you that.
Is it the car's going a lot quicker now, Anna?
I don't know, I think the cars are more equal now, and you know, with all these space frames and like we had then, but everyone's got them now, so they're all within 2 or 3 tenths of each other, and they're all fairly consistent.
You happy the way things went this year? You just sneaked into the back of the second group?
Yeah, I think, you know, we didn't have a really good season all the way through. The last, probably halfway through, we got our head around the car, and we got going a bit better, and we gradually moved up, and we ended up in the second group. So we're quite pleased with, you know, what we've done at the moment, and we'll just suck it and see, really.
You're going to stick at it irrespective of what happens this year? Are you going to make an all-out assault for next year?
Well, we've got Sonny's just doing us a new car, so we was hoping to have it here for the world, but my fault, you know. Sonny would have had it done if I'd have ordered it a couple of weeks earlier, but me being indecisive as normal, you know, we left it. But we're having a new space frame, and it's going to be on a Corsa chassis, or a Corsa. It will look like a Corsa. So everyone that's seen it said it looks lovely and nice, but I haven't seen it yet, so yes, we will be there next year.
Just wait and see what happens. So your lap times today is putting you down 11th on the grid. Do you think you've got a chance from there?
Anyone's got a chance. I mean, you know, Bulgeley is quick, and Blackman, and you've got the Irish boys seeded in. And, you know, it's 75 laps. My biggest problem is going to be if I can last the 75 laps. You need to be a lot fitter now. Or I was just because I'm too old, I think.
Well, you've still got old timers there, Barry Leaguer out there, and George in the retro rods, of course.
Yeah, but that's a bit easier than them retro rods, and there's only 2 of them, innit, eh? But they're good races anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure you're aware. Lance the pace, Ricky, when you see a charger on the outside, as we used to throw the crowd inches off the fence.
Yeah, I'd love to, you know, go out there and do it, but, you know, the car's got to be doing it, and we've still got a bit more to come out of the car, and if the car was right, we'll have a go. But we'll see halfway through if we're still there or thereabouts. 11th ain't bad. The boys might all go off out the front, and who knows what'll happen. You know, you do get some anxious people out there that are in a hurry, and you know, you just have to wait and see.
Yeah. And wet or dry tomorrow, it doesn't matter.
It'd be a shame if it was wet, just for the simple fact is, you know, the boys have all got their cars set. But in another way, if it's wet, everyone's in the same boat, so you could see a surprise winner. Donut would want it to be pissing down the rain. Excuse my French.
Exactly. I'm sure he would admit that himself when we talk to him later. But I wish you all the best, Ricky. Good to see you back out in the ovals again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Right, well, all the way, although an unsatisfactory start from 74's point of view, Tim O'Reilly and the Irishman 916 Mark Keys also not getting away. Well, he's got a very bent wheel, see what his problem is. So he pulls it up on the infield. Mickey Gabriel retires as well in 344. And the early lead then is with 442. Graham Kerry from pole position. Number 1, second, Leighton Marston, and 395. Gavin Murray runs in third. Bruce Wilcox is up into fourth, and then 941 and 302 beyond that. Diggy's made a very good start. 416, the former world champion, looking very, very good. He wins a lot of races here at Vauxhall, wins a lot of races everywhere. Blue flag number 1, Mr. Starter please. The second car coming towards you now. And also 941, the green and white, coming down the home straight now. So Graham Kerry's big lead, as was, is suddenly no longer very big. 4.42 then, now got them queuing up behind him. 3.95, number 1, 4.31, and then 3. Oh, it's all changed. Kerry goes round, he takes Murray round with him, and then 9.31, 3.36, and a whole bunch of others go piling in as well. So that has upset the apple cart in more ways than one. Graham Kerry's lost the lead. I think he's got damaged steering as well. And the lead is now with the Inca race man number 1, Leyland Marson. 4.31, Bruce Wilcox is second. And then Diggy Smith, 4.16, who seems to have got somebody's door, which I think may well be Gavin Murray's back boot. Black flag 4.16, Mr. Starter with his spare door hanging on, and look what's happening on the far side. It's nearly blocked over there after Graham Kerry had another spin. Loads of others got mixed up in it. Leyland Marston still leads the way in number 1. Bruce Wilcox second in 4.31. Diggy sadly we're having to say goodbye to in 4.16 with Gavin Murray's back door hanging on his passenger door. So although he's third on the track, he is going to have to come out of the race. Then 3.02, Paul Harris is next in line. 9.23, Stephen Emerson for Northern Ireland. As Leyland Marston then continues on his way in car number 1, this blue one heading down the home straight. He's now done 14 laps. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. You can show 4.16 that he's all right to continue, Mr. Starter, and it is 5 laps this time as well for car number 1. Yeah, can you show 4.16 perhaps the green flag or something, just so he knows he is allowed to continue, because I know he's seen the black, so let him know that he can race on. Meanwhile, Leyland Marson continues in number 1. Second, 9.23, Steve Emerson. Third is 4.16, Diggy Smith. All right, yellow flag, Mr. Starter, please, yellow flag. Right, we'll have a red, Mr. Starter, and declare that one, please.
Well done, Leyland. What an eventful race. Many congratulations. Here he is on his lap of honour.
And then Lottie Rod winner here this evening in Ireland.
We're now South African competitor Rudy Myberg. How does this compare, Rudy, to your race in South Africa?
The cars is basically the same. It's just hard to get out in 3 cars. We're not used to so much cars in the circuit. And it's hard, you don't know all the competitors, the way they're driving. But it's nice to be here, it's fun. It's all about fun.
What sort of racing do you do in South Africa? Do you race the hot rods over there?
Yeah, also national hot rods, also with the Vauxhall engine.
And what type of tracks do you have? Do you many tracks you race at over in South Africa? Is racing good over there?
Yeah, it's good, it's getting better, more competitors, more racing. It's getting better every time, every year.
And of course English go over there once a year, and then you're sure you have a good time in there over there?
Yes, I have a good time. We gave them a run for their money this year. We'll look out forward to the next one.
And this is your second World Final. You were here last year courtesy of Dick Hillard's here, big asset for visits over here.
Yeah, it's my second time in the Nationals, and the car feels better. It's better than last year. I just think I need a couple of laps to get used to the circuit and stuff, but it's nice. I like it.
Do you think after a couple more shots you can get onto the pace in this?
I think if we're going to have a car for 2 weeks and do some homework and play with it, yes, we can get it back on pace.
How long have you been racing over in South Africa?
14 years.
And always in the hot rods?
Yes, always hot rods of 2 litres.
What sort of number of cars are you getting over there?
Say again?
How many cars do you get in average?
In national hot rods you get about 16 cars, and 2 litres you're looking at 30 cars.
So very competitive.
Yeah, it's very competitive, yes.
How did you get invited over here? How did you get involved with making the trip over here?
Dick asked me if I wanted to have a drive in a car this year again, and I phoned Roy and he says he would like to have me do it this year again, and he invited me to come over.
Well, hopefully you can keep the car in one piece, and look forward to seeing you again over here, Rudy.
Thank you.
Very well done, Terry, mate. I like that final flourish. It was good. At least you didn't get it caught in the lights like Steve did this morning. Right, so they're away. And Lee Pepper, former champion, has set quite an early pace in this one in 1:55. He really is flying away at the front of the grid, with Jason Busby second in 87. Beyond Jason, 330 Martin Dew, and 18 Malcolm Payne. Right, just the one spin so far. Mark Fuller up on the scoreboard then, the one retirement. Daniel Wickens in 1:45. 33 Black Cross, Mr. Oh, drama on the back straight. 33 Black Cross, I was about to say. And more drama on the back straight. Paffy, Weeks, Hitch, and Payne all mixed up in that. We'll have a yellow, please, Terry. Troubles on the scoreboard, Ben, as Martin Dew in 330 did a 360, but he's back in with no harm done to anyone apart from his placing. So Lee Pepper, as he did on tape one of this race, pulling out a very big lead early on. So Lee from down south leads the way. Tony Critchley second now in 33. And then 274, Chris Q. Blue flag 33. Mr. Starter, please. Andrew Murray in 997, trying desperately to get past Jason Busby. On the far side, he finally did, but not without difficulty. And Chris Q now closing in on Tony Critchley for the second place, but I think that's as far as anybody's going to get. I don't really see anyone catching Lee Pepper at the head of the grid. So Lee still leads it by at least 50 yards. There's a big name retirement here on the home straight. Wayne McClure in 941, who coasts it to a semi-halt. Down the far side, Chris Q then gets up on the outside of Tony Critchley. He's still not actually got past, but he might well manage it this time. Only just. So Chris goes up to second. 33 Tony Critchley is down to third, and then beyond that 182 Winkle is fourth, 997 Andrew Murray is fifth, 101 Ian Sutton, and look at this, the defending world champion, 96, Kevin Randall, from way down in the grid, has moved up to be next in line, having started grid 25. So he's the man, once again, as he was in his earlier race, when he came from nowhere to be second. And I think there's, well, I don't think he's going to get second out of this, but he might get third. So Pepper safely on his way with 19 laps done. It's 5 next time. Mr. Starter for 155. 274, Chris Q still second. 33, 182, then 96, who really is on the march. Big time. So he's closing in now on 4th, 3rd and 2nd as they head down the far side. The current 4th is 182, Paul Tompkins. The current 3rd is 33, Tony Critchley. Tompkins retires anyway, so Randall's got that one easy. Moving up now into 4th place with 3 laps to go. Lee Pepper's surely going to win in 155. Then Chris Q second in 274. Then it's 33, and then is 96. And then beyond that, 997, 101, 466 and 308. As Lee Pepper comes through to take the 2-lap ball from Mr. Starter, Terry Newell. So Lee quite comfortably a long way ahead at first glance. You might think the second car is closing, but the second car is of that bunch is Jason Q. The actual second in the race is Chris Q. Similar colours some way back in 274, and then 33 and 96 are next in line, but no doubt about the winner. Lee Pepper does the honours. Then there's the back markers. Then there's Chris Q, Tony Critchley, Kevin Randall. Then we see Andrew Murray and Ian Sutton as next in line. The rest are coming through and still racing for their places, because this will determine the grid lineup for the World Final. Some are hurrying across the line, some are dawdling across. Now they're all done, so with that, red flag, Mr. Starter, please.
Here we are, there's plenty of noise around the raceway. It's the lap of honour, 2 litre hot rods. Here he is, the winner, 155, Lee Pepper.
Clap your hands. All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time.
So one of the top Southern Irish drivers, Shane Murphy. Very happy with qualifying, Shane, second row?
Yeah, delighted with it. Oh, unbelievable. Wasn't expecting it at all.
How long have you been racing hot rods? You're quite young to be doing national hot rods.
About 15 months now, I'd say. My father was driving, he had the car first, and I'm driving it now, so yeah, about 15 months.
And going really well, of course. Very hard to qualify at the Southern Ireland Series.
Yeah, it is getting tough now. There's 20 registered cars over there, so you have an average of 16 every day, so it is tough, like.
So what's the difference between that and Northern Ireland? It seems to be struggling for cars all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. I don't know, they'd only have 4 or 5 cars up there. Is it just the interest might be gone in the track? I don't know what the difference is.
So how's things going this year for you in general? You're quite happy the way it's going?
Yeah, it was going good, consistent. We qualified 3rd over and my championship over. Happy with the result today. I was a bit shocked at it, actually. So.
Did you expect to get in the front? Yeah, a lot of cars.
No, I didn't. I was 10th now. I was expecting back around 10th, 12th. I would have been happy then. But we're after doing it. So.
Have you any problems with the cars? Always autonomous when you see wheels coming off the cars and nuts?
Just going over maintenance, just make sure everything's okay and tighten it and just jack it up and check it all over. Long race tomorrow, so.
And you think you can maintain your concentration for that length? You've done any races this length before?
Yeah, I was in Hensford at the National Championships, and that's 75 laps as well. So, once I don't get taken out, I'll be able to last, but as who can predict the race, like, you know, just go with the flow and see what happens.
Yeah. And Vasquez, did you fancy it wet or dry tomorrow?
I want to dry. Yeah. Don't like the wet at all.
Don't like?
Don't like it. if it's wet, it'll be Andy Stewart will walk away with it.
So you're going to stick at the Nationals, enjoying yourself for them?
Stay at them now for the Seagull time anyway. Enjoying them.
Good, that's great. I wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll speak to you again tomorrow after the big one.
Hopefully. Hopefully, thank you.
Lewis Hill said he was going to deliberately take a long time, so he has waved the flag for ages, Graham. Hope you are, mates. Right, John Ridley then leads the early stages in 106. Oh, what's happened to Gunner over there on the turnstile bend? Whatever it was, it's sorted itself out now, and he's back in. So it's Lisa then who's taken up the early running in 411. I'm not sure what happened at 33 early on, but somehow he's ended in complete disarray on the far side. Incidentally, just to sort the Latkers out, 658 is Chris Latka, this 647 is Jonathan Latka. Black flag, 647, Mr. Starter, please. Oh, you're doing the full range, aren't you now? And there's a spinner as well on the turnstile bend, and we might be having a yellow as well now, Mr. Starter. Yes, we'll have a yellow, please. Oh, it's all right, he's moved. Back to your black then for 647, the one with all the smoke directly opposite. And as far as the lead goes, it's still Lisa in 411. Then 106, John Ridley is running in second. Beyond that, it's 719, Lee Rogers. The other poolie's gone out as well on the scoreboard, Ben, so both the poolies out of this, and we've only done 7 laps. Oh, whoa, a big one on the entrance to the home straight involving Tim Lusher and a couple of others. Better have a yellow here, please, Graham. Right, okay then, they're away. Lisa Carey leading from Lee Rogers and 125 Mike Hibbard. So those three then down the far side, Paul Frost, James Kent and Lee Nichols, all in very close order right behind him. So 3 East Anglians, 2 West Countrymen and 1 Southerner in the first 6. But it's still Lisa who leads the way. We haven't had a lady winner today, although Samantha got near it in that first stock car race when she got second. But maybe Lisa is going to do the honours. She leads them through the scoreboard bend, but there's an increasingly long queue forming up behind her. So through they go. So 5 next time, Mr. Starter. For Lisa Carey in 411, Mike Hibbard in 125, 719 Lee Rogers, 316 Paul Frost, 49 James Kent, 129 Lee Nichols, 565 Brian Smith and 829 also in the mix there as well, Stuart Fox. So through again, Lisa still in front, keeping a very good line as she usually does. It's down to the others to get past. She is giving them a chance. So 3 laps to go. It's all harum-scarum behind her though. And Lee Rogers has gone from a very good place to a fairly averagey sort of one now. 7.19, slipped back a long way in the exchanges there. Lap and a half to go, and they're beginning to bunch behind Lisa, and beyond that there's back markers as well. So can she hang on with 1 lap left? They're through the scoreboard bend. Lisa Kerry in 4.11, Mike Hibbert in 1.25, 49 James Kent, Paul Frost. Oh, Lisa, she's got in a spot of bother here. She could be squeezed out. It's all going to end in tears. Look at that for a finish. Sort that one out. Well, I wouldn't like to say who won that. So it's finished, or it's nearly finished. It's finished for the front runners anyway. We'll try and get some of the back markers because their places make points for the grid for later on. But exactly how they came across the line there is anybody's guess. We now say red flag, Mr. Stuther, please. Dave, we hadn't actually confirmed the winner of that because, as you saw, that was the closest one of the weekend. If we had a proper start, Marshall, he would have told us the exact order of the top 20 by now.
To say, you did look every bit the professional. Something. You were very, very, very enjoyable. And, you know, is that something that you wish to pursue? Because sure as heck you ain't got a future as a presenter.
Oh dear, I opened the door for you, don't I, Denise? Good race though, wasn't it? Absolute cracking finish.
Yeah, very. I'll tell you what, you picked a good one to do, didn't you? We should get Jim down on the flag, shouldn't we? That'd be a laugh. I'm just wondering how many he could hold a cigarette and his coffee at the same time. It'd be a struggle, wouldn't it?
Rigor mortis set in many a year ago.
Yeah, I heard cigarettes and coffee. Were you talking to me or about me?
Nothing. You carry on there, old darling. With the truck, with his magnum of champagne, with his trophy, and with our presentation girls as well. Give it up for the West Country superstar. Here's Michael on his lap of honour. Yes! It's Michael then run for the West Country. What?
Simon Bentley, quickest out your group, Simon. Car going really well.
Yeah, it is. It feels very good. It's usually quite good here. It's about the best track, so yeah, it feels good.
And you had a good qualifying, of course, in that second group. You think you could have pushed a bit harder to try and get in the top lot?
Well, you can't go up in the group anyway. We can only get to the front of our group, and we've got pole, I think, in the group. Yeah. So yeah, that's as good as we could do, I think. So we'll see what happens.
How long have you been doing hot rods now? I know you didn't qualify last year, but it's had good.
We had 2 years out building this car and brought this car to the world last year and just used it in the support races. But did it for sort of 4 years before that, but then had a big accident. Had to take some time out to rebuild.
Yeah, and it certainly has paid dividends this season. You're quite happy as the season in general?
Well, the car's just taken a bit of time to work out. Yeah, it's taken us this 12 months, I think. We just lost away at the start of the year a bit. But yeah, I'm happy with it now, yeah.
And do you fancy it to be wet or dry tomorrow?
I hate the wet, so I hope it's dry. I can't see in the wet.
It seems to be the general consensus, the opinion. Everybody wants it dry tomorrow, apart from Andy Stewart, of course.
I think he's about the only one who does like it wet, but yeah, they're not the easiest thing in the wet.
And Ipswich, your favourite circuit out of the places the Nationals go to?
I think Ipswich and Hensford probably, yeah, pretty equal, but yeah, the car probably is the best at Ipswich. So, but we'll see what it does over 75 laps. Car's never done more than 35 laps, so we don't know what it's going to do.
Think you get a setup suitable for the longer race?
Well, we can only do what we did with the old car, but we don't know that the car's going to do it, so we'll have to see.
Well, hopefully you and the car are still in one piece at the end of it, and we'll see you up on the podium there, Simon. All the best, mate.
Thank you very much.
Right, okay, they're away, and there's already a few in disarray, including number 4, David Wild, up on the turnstile bend. He was very much a contender in the English Championship, but fell apart early in this one. And Cecil, who started from pole, is also struggling in 194. So the new lead now is with Nutty Wayman in 410 with John Dodge, the old Rev, tucked in behind. Oh, John, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, John? That wasn't how to do it, John. So the Rev gets, well, I say gets spun out, he more or less spun himself out. Herder is coming back for some more. Also going out, 433, Ben Smith, although in rather more sedate circumstances than the Rev, who still hasn't actually rejoined yet, but presumably will down the far side. He's back in now. Maverick still going strong though in 46, who won the English Championship earlier on, so he'll certainly be one to watch. And the Rev's gone and done it again. What is he up to? To do your map, John. So it's still Nutty then, who leads the yellows, but it's Malcolm Yellow. The 355, Mark Simmons, but he is under pressure. The former world champion from the East Anglian, 250, Julian Buck. Well done, Julian. Poor old Graham just choked on his tea when he heard that. But Julian Buck, 250 it is, who's taken it up. Mark Simmons second then in 355. Then 348, Sonny Sherwood and Gonzo in 474. They are the top 4, and here they come with 4 laps to go. Lots of 4s there. Heading for the far side. Mark Longhurst Mercedes goes round, but hopefully that'll be back out again in a moment. 3 laps left for Julian Buck in 250 to record a rare thing at Speedweekend, an East Anglian victory. And he's pulling away for, oh, he's gone a bit fast here. This could be curtains. Well, that's not good, Julian, but he's still in front. So 250, and Gonzo's gone from 4th down the home straight. Julian, meanwhile, still leads with a lap and a half left down the far side. 355, Mark Simmons second, 348, Sonny Sherwood is third. Julian's wandering about again. He's got a touch of the John Dodges here, and if he's not careful, he's going to get turned out on the scoreboard bend, but he survived that. But again, he's gone all over the place, but he's lucky because Simmons has crashed into Longhurst, and Julian has knocked Chris Smith aside. But now he could end in the fence himself. He's gone piling in, and it's going to be Sonny Sherwood, 348, who comes through and wins it. So Sonny Sherwood does it. Nutty is second. 41, Willie Scholes is third. 741, Luke Parfitt makes 4th. And the others gradually coming to do the distance as well, which they have done. So with that red flag, Mr. Starter, please.
Very, very nearly, Dave, had an East Anglian win there.
Yeah, it was close.
Very close.
But that's, you know.
Yeah, not good enough.
Let's move on.
Yes, thought we might.
Speedweekend 2004. There's Sonny. He might have opened that bottle of champagne. He's chosen not to. He's going to take that home and chill it in the workshop. Go on, go on. You want done and dusted then? We'll get our racing manager down here, Mr. Roy Eaton, who knows about things technical. He'll be checking it out, making sure they're all okay. Then we'll be crossing live to our race commentator, Jim Gregory, to take us through what will be a quick dash between these superstars of hot rod racing, legends and icons, George Polly and Barry Lee. So there's George, he looks cool, calm, collected. Roy, it's no good. Don't worry about the tyres, mate, it's blood pressure you need to be checking. He's making sure he's okay, we think he's okay. There they are then, ladies and gentlemen, the two superstars of National Hot Rod Racing, the legends, George Polly, Barry Lee, here's Jim.
Okay then, George on the inside, Barry on the outside. And Barry, I think, has got the drop this time, so 301 leads 306. The two men who between them have won 6 world championships. Barry's all 4 his in the 70s, George 1 in the 70s, 1 in the 80s, but George getting through on the inside. And the Anglia, I think, maybe looking just a little more sprightly than the Escort tonight. But nothing between them again as they race down that far side. The 3-lap board is readied and the Anglia. George makes it in front, 306. Back comes Barry though, through on the inside. So will it be the first ever superstar of National Hot Rod Racing, Barry Lee, or the man who shared all those glories with him through the glory days of National Hot Rodding in the 70s and 80s, George Polly. 2 laps to go, and Barry's and George once again looking for the inside line. Barry, as always, likes the flashy outside line, and it's not working very well for him. George it is who dives back through on the inside, but this has all the makings of being another close one with a lap to go. Here's a chance for Barry on the inside as George once again hangs the tail out. Down the far side, Barry urging it on, and he may just about do this. Up to the line they come then. Will it be Barry on the inside, George on the outside? It's going to be another very, very close one. And once again, I wouldn't like to call that one, Dave.
Who was it? Come on, don't sit on the fence, Gregory, come on.
Barry. You better ask the people down here on the home straight who they thought had that one. Was it Barry? Was it George? They say Barry.
So 2 absolute legends of hot rod racing, absolute superstars, and 2 superb entertainers, Barry Lee and George Polly. I don't know, again, I think that was just too close to call. I expect Barry will have an opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the stadium, please salute these 2 superstars. Here's George Polly and Barry. Shut the windows, put the cat out, and sit back and enjoy what should be 20 laps of absolute mayhem. The stock cars are away, and if they weren't lively enough last time, we've just closed them up a bit more this time round. Early drama down the back straight. Oh, they've gone piling in on the turn. Jim Morris, Titch Mancini here on the home straight, 41. Oh, and they're going in all directions. 194 and 41 are involved. There's one gone back across the track, and there's mayhem on the home straight. So then we need to check on 194 and 252. They seem okay. At the entrance to the home straight, we've lost 97. I think apart from that, not too much around the raceway. So we've got through onto lap 3, and that's an achievement with this field. Quite how Alan lap scores this, I'm not too sure, but we wish him the best of luck. We've got a leader for you, it's 152, Mike. Now you've seen how you've got to be a start marshal now the last few races, if you can follow on. So then, 152, 82. Now the top 2. What have we lost on the turn? Number 70, Neville Short, who's come up short in this one, Cecil. And also 445, Chris Smith. And apart from that, we've got 97 on the entrance to the home straight, but they're pretty much all still going. 41, Willie Scores Jr. took one hell of a beating in the side here on the home straight, but he's got to the safety of the infield. And we also lost Markey for the second race on the spin on the centre green. But we're on to lap number 6. There's drama under the scoreboard. Now I think 121 rammed into the 445 and 194 cars, because they looked as though their day was done, and they're now under the scoreboard, and 121's where they were. Oh, watch out on the centre, as 170 and 204. That's the end of that piece of string. So at 152, 82, 46 and 414. Just keeping them on their toes on the centre green. So it's still 152 then. Young Tyrone that leads the way. Was talking to his father earlier on. He was saying he's been very proud of what he's achieved in the Formula so far. A youngster that raced in the mini-stock class up until a short while ago, and he's really taken to stock cars like a duck to water. And he leads this. 46 is up to second, that's Paul Elwood. And then behind those we see 414 Doom, 82, and the rest, they go on their way. In the meanwhile, still we're pretty clear around the raceway, which is a bit of a surprise. We're on to the halfway stage at lap number 10, and through goes Tyrone. Through goes 46, and through goes Neil Peters in 414. And that's how they run then, down the far side then. And Tyrone's on a charge. He's clear of 46 and 414, 69 is a back marker. Diggy is making good progress, so is Sam. Samantha's up to 4th, and Diggy's setting about the Brighton young lady, and Diggy next to her on the inside to go through into 4th place. So then look out for him in the closing stages. He's still got time. We're only on lap 12, although Sam bites back. 69 Wayne Sweex as a bit of a blocker as they go into turn 3. Here we go then on lap number 12, or lap number 13, they're about to start, and Tyrone's still well clear here. 46 is second, 414 third. Then we get Samantha and Diggy having their own private battle for 4th place, and at the moment Girl Power coming out on top, but no doubt Diggy will be back for more. So we head to the closing stages then. Here on the home straight, the world champion gets a spinning treatment. Broadside across the track momentarily, and as the leader comes past us this time, Michael, he's done 14 laps, and it's 5 laps next time. Drama ahead of him though, a 16 and 386 get involved, 152 nips through, and he's still got a useful lead. We've got a waved yellow, so the yellow flags are out and showing. So then we're back to green. And 152 is ahead. Oh, there's drama away to our left in a massive way. And it's 4 laps then for our leader. Underneath the scoreboard, there was one that got one hell of a bashing, but he is okay. Let's concentrate on the leader though, because 152 still amongst the back markers. 46 is there in second, 10 is third, 414. Diggy's lost some ground in all of that, but there's a 3-lap signal for 152. 117 pulls up on the infield. 46 now passed by Samantha, who was in amongst the places earlier on in the day and is making good late ground, but time could be on Tyrone's side as he comes round the penultimate lap board at the ready. And here we go with 2 laps for the youngster. And Tyrone leads, Samantha up to second, 46 third, 414 fourth, Diggy fifth, then Paul Anscombe, Joe Mancini and Jamie Bryan as they head into the turnstile bend once more. And Tyrone Poulter has 1 lap left of the Ipswich Stadium. It's not a Wednesday, as he goes through around the scoreboard turn, and 152 surely has what it takes. He's just going to drive safely from here and down the far side past where his fans are. He goes into the turnstile bend and coming through to take a win at the Ipswich Speedweekend. It's Tyrone Poulter in 152, Samantha second, third will be 46, then 414, 116, 19 got there just ahead of 611 in the photo, 443, 53, 29, 392 and 11. The rest of the cars come through to complete the distance, and we'll ask you, Mr. Starter, for a red flag to end the stock car third race of the day, and a very, very much well-deserved win for a youngster who was well clear. I was talking to his dad earlier, who told me that next year will be 25 years to the day when he won his first ever race at Ipswich. Tyrone's done it tonight, and we'll see him on the pace car in a few moments' time. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Tyrone on his lap of honour. So away we go, and look at the star grade already making their presence felt on the far side. You get the feeling something's got to give as they go into the third turn. 95, 665 and 395 involved. They all come away safely. So incredibly, they're just about all still running. As they go into the turn 59, Steve Hamilton a casualty. Just a couple of drivers to keep an eye on. 22 Mark Cowman and 376 Stephen Jackson going through the field like a knife through butter as they come through this Silverstock quality field. So down the far side, 697 is out in front, 23 Matt Carberry, 123 David Miles and 194 Mark Almeida. That's the running order. We've lost 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 181 underneath the scoreboard. But here we go with our leader in 697 up home straight, here the charge. 23, 1, 2, 3, 136. Nick Williams has made good progress. The numbers have got it on the turn again. 65 and 395 have gone off course. 181 Tony Plummer has a long wheel and he's gone. So it's lap number 6 and it's 697. And Diddley, he's now been passed by 23 down the back straight. Matt Carberry looking for his second win of the weekend. 697 second. Look out over 136. Pip Williams is third. David Miles. And then more importantly, the current world and European champion 22 Mark Cowman, who's absolutely flying. So through they go once more. We've lost Rob Perry and the turnstile into the raceway as we move on to lap number 8. And it's 23 that's stood clear, and he may well just get first one on the near, but he certainly can't hang around because Cowman is absolutely flying. So then Carberry leads from Williams, then comes Miles, then Cowman, then 697. So down the far side, Matt Carberry has been very impressive recently, leads. Pip Williams looks a massive danger, but even more of a danger, 22 Mark Cowman, who really is riding on the pressure as we move towards the halfway stage of lap number 10. So 23, 136, then to get back to 22, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 8, 1, and Pip Williams is about to strike as they go past us once more. 23, 136, which way does Pip go? He nips on the inside, Rob Perry fights back, and 136 gets through, and all that's done is close the gap between them and 22 Mark Cowman as they enter the scoreboard turn once more, and Williams is through. Cowman's up to second, Carberry down to third. We're on lap 12, drawn ahead of the leaders again for 59 and 82, and they've all gone round in all directions, and there's oil over there, Christoph, so we have the oil, and they've gone in all directions, and it will have to go yellow, Mr. Starter, please, yellow flags down showing, and there's mayhem on turn 2, and there's oil or something down on the raceway, and they've gone really into the orbit over there into all directions. 23 was involved, 51 and 17 the leaders with 136. So we're away once again with a green flag. What we forgot was the fact that this was actually a 30-lap race, so there's still plenty of time to go in this one. 136, 22, 376 and 612. And what you've got to say is that 136 really is in a dodgy place because behind it He's got arguably the best three drivers in the formula, and Gary Sparks goes through into third place, although 376 fights back. These two could hold each other up. So then Williams leads. 416 Mark Smith has a pop at Gary Sparks down the far side, but it's Pip Williams and Mark Calvin that have gone clear. Jacko is back for third, Gary Sparks, and in behind those Kevin Nullin in 710. We've lost two on the exit of the second bend, 217 and 95. So 136, 22, 376 and 612. Hopefully if those two can get to safety. And we are going yellow once again, Mr. Starter please. The yellow flag's out and showing. So once again the pace car will join us on the raceway. And stand by. So away we go, and how one tight into the bend they go, and go the bumpers. 136 and Gary Sparks has got through. So Sparks is through. Here comes Jackson in 376. Into the town they go. Drama for 5 and 60. But it's Sparks that leads from Jackson. And then comes Williams. Calvin all of a sudden is out of the reckoning for a few moments. He's down to 4th. But it's Gary Sparks in 612, 376. Stephen Jackson, in goes the bumper, and Sparks out wide. Here comes Jackson up the inner, and it's the Southern champion that goes on in 376, 612, 136 and 22, 60, 416 and 710. But it's Jacko that's clear into the scoreboard bin we go, and he's clear on lap 22 and 30. So through goes Jackson. Through goes Sparks and Williams. Then comes Kelman. Driving on the home straight, 219. So 376, 136, 22 and 612. And that's how they run as we go through on lap 23. And has Jackson stolen the march? It could well be. So then 376, 136, 612 and 22. And that looks as though it could be the way they finish, although Cowan may have something to say about that as they go through with 24 laps done, Christoph. It's 5 laps next time. 5 laps next time. The 376. 612 gets a helping hand from 22. And here comes 60 into the argument as well as they go into the scoreboard bend. And the world champion fills the bumper up. Ben Martyram that manages to hold on as they go down the far side then. 376 and 136. 612 and 22. They've been the main four, but it all happened after the yellow flag when Stephen Jackson nipped back on Gary Sparks and got back the lead, and that looks as though it's the move that will prove decisive here in this one. So Sparks is now about to be pressed by 22, who gets cut off at his prime. Ben Martyram into the bumper in behind, and is getting frantic the third. Here we go then with 612. 710 is in there for good measure as well. As they head round the turnstile bend, Cameron forced out very wide, and again loses ground. And that's where you've got to keep your eyes at the moment. As through goes Jacko, through goes Williams, up to third Gary Sparks, then 710, 16, 22. And behind that, we see 416 Mark Smith. The final lap board is at the ready. And coming round, it's 376 Stephen Jackson, sponsored by the Great Yarmouth Greyhound Stadium. Here on the home straight, 22, not getting it all his own way here this evening. Down the far side, 376 has got problems. Here comes 136, and 376 is dying. And which way does Williams go? Up the home straight, and Williams gets there. 376 dying, Sparks for third. After that we had 710, 60, 416, 22. And then 07, I think there's some oil or something down on the raceway down there, and there is oil. So it may well be that just prepare that red flag, Mr. Starter. Most of the field are in, and we can now ask you for that to go out. And what about that? One of the most reliable cars in stock car racing, and on the final lap has died on him, and he just about crossed the line. But 136, Pip Williams, was in the right place at the right time, and in the end has come through to win a cracker. Absolutely superb. Well done, Pip. What a star you are. Taking full advantage of that. Also loading aboard, Stephen Jackson. What the heck? and Gary Sparks as well. All these guys have been absolutely superb. What wonderful racing. Okay, let's send them away then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Here we go then, it is the 2004 2-litre Hot Rod Championship of the World!
Y'all ready for this?
After one lap, former champion Dave Longhouse 230 tucked in behind him. So Wayne Mosley's final is over almost before it started. And Brandon is beginning to pull clear in the Suzuki. In second, but Alan Birksfield is really hounding in for that second place. Then we have 155, Lee Weber, and 300. Birksfield and Weber maybe finding a way past Longhouse down that far side. Two on the Ravenna Crash, Charlie Shepard and Mike Parker. All here on the home straight. Big drama. Oh, this was the time, please. Well, as you saw, high drama on the home straight involving second and third place cars, Alan Birksfield and Dave Longhurst. As far as the resumption of play is concerned, I'll let you know in just a minute what we do with the restart for this race, but clearly it will be a complete restart. It will be run over the whole 40 laps in just a minute. Who's in and who's out remains to be seen. Weather-wise, I think we're still probably looking at hopefully dry, but it depends how long all this takes to sort out. As you see, St John's over there as well. I'm not quite sure whether Alan's in or out. Take two on the 2004 World Championship for 2-litre hot rods, -2 of the biggest stars, Dave Longhurst and Alan Birksfield. And look at this for the lead. Lee Pepper in that double five is giving Kevin Randall a big run for it down the far side. Kevin's on the outside, Lee on several others. Yellow flag. Yellow flags out then, following drama on the back straight, involving 43 Paul Wright, 72 sensible about that. He didn't really want another rolling lap, so he held back while the back markers got themselves organised. Now he is away with the lead. Kevin Randall into second. The defending champion 308 Mark Cooper just beyond that. And still a race to be run here. Still a race to be won. And with Longhurst gone, Berksfield gone, Weaver gone, and David McCall gone as well. 942 now on the infield. A race sure of its many potential winners. Skip in and out of the back markers and just got squeezed to the outside. Mickey Packman's on the inside. So here comes third, fourth and fifth. And there's a real good race going on between those three. Randall and Pepper still lead. Then Magnan, Cooper and Wilkes beyond that. With more back markers ahead. Randall now cool 20 lengths ahead of Pepper, I would think, so Pepper's going to find some legs from somewhere. They're on lap 24, still a way to go. And it might still be the back markers have a part to play in this, but the field is dwindling almost by the lap. Jason Wilkes has moved up another place, having passed Mark Cooper. He is now fourth in 110 and beginning to set after Mickey Packman. So Kevin Randall then still has it now with what looks like almost an unassailable lead. Lee Pepper though isn't going to believe that. He's going to keep on trying. He's still there for second. Then Mickey Packman still third and could fall into the clutches of Jason Wilkes, who's still making some good progress in fourth. Fifth is 308, Mark Cooper. Following Mark, the next one is going to be 970 John Murray. Randall now his lead, almost half the length of a straight, never really put much of a full problem apart from that brief few laps when he lost the lead, but since he's got back in front, looking very smooth, very comfortable. And heads again for that back straight. And here, with not great form, it must be said. But this today is driven very well. The second and the first from his heats. It looks like first in the one that matters, the World Championship itself. There is a large bunch of back markers beginning to move up. Then Lee Pepper in second still. Mickey Packman still third. Jason Wilkes, early charge from him, seems to still be there, but not quite as potent as it was early on. And then Mark Cooper and John Murray still holding down the next places. Randall now in amongst back markers, heading down the far side, lapping on 87 Jason Busby, who gave him all the room in the world. Another retirement looks like Rob Singleton in car 85 it is, so he pulls out as well. So, okay, we're getting towards the final stages of this one then, and it is 5 laps next time. Mr. Starner. For 96, Kevin Randall. So Kevin looks as though he should be making a very successful defence of his title here. He's far enough ahead of Lee Pepper and increasing that lead almost with every lap, not by much, but by enough. So through goes Kevin, here comes Lee in second. Here's the third man in the blue, 197 Mickey Packman, then in the green 110 Jason Wilkes, then the blue 308 Mark Cooper, and the orange 970 John Murray. They then the top half dozen as we reach the closing laps of this 2004 2-litre Hot World Championship, and it looks like it's a successful defence for the man from Luton, 96 96, Kevin Randall, successfully defending his 2-litre hot rod world title. A very good second for Lee Pepper. Third man home is Mickey Magnum, then it's Jason Wilkes, then it's Mark Cooper, and then following that, 970, another former champion in the shape of John Murray. The rest are coming for the minor places, but at least they've completed the distance, and not many did that. With that, I think we can safely say, red flag, Mr. Stone, please.
This year's race. Coming through in 4th place to start off with, and I'm sure one day he will be the world champion, because there's no doubt he really is a very, very quality driver with a very, very quick car indeed. But 4th place tonight for 110, Jason Wilkes. So well done to Jason. Certainly a very, very quick car indeed. And in the end, 4th place for the former Bovingdon Hot Runner. How things have moved on since those days. So well done to 110. So that's Jason. He takes the 4th place. Coming through in 3rd place. I'm sure he'll be absolutely delighted with the trophy in the World Final. And again, much deserved for a driver who's been racing for many, many years. Coming through for 3rd place from Lancing in Sussex, 197, Mickey Bragdon. So well done to Mickey, much deserved trophy. We saw him early on in the day, and I'm sure he'll be happy with 3rd place in the world. Well, 2nd place. What might have been, again, for another one of our younger drivers in the Formula, although like me, he's getting on a bit now, and the mini-stock days seem in the distant past. He won it back in, 4 years ago, he said 2000, and at one stage it looked as though he may regain it in 2004. But in the end, got to settle the 2nd place, but again, I'm sure he and his family will be delighted. 2nd place for 155, Lee Pepper. So well done to Lee, 2nd place, and again a very, very good drive indeed, representing Sea Haven Caravans from down there in New Haven. For the man that comes through and lands the spoils, well, not many drivers get to win the World Championship, but to win it twice and to win it 2 years on the trot, I think probably puts those critics to shame who said last year perhaps he wasn't the man to win it. But this time round he's proved them wrong by winning it for the 2nd year running. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2-litre hot rod champion of the world for 2004, 96, Kevin Randall. So there he is for the 2nd year running, along with his family, and taking the trophy yet again. He's been a very, very good world champion indeed, and I'm sure he'll do the same. We'll get a quick word after the laps of honour. Dave will be on hand to ask a few questions, but I'm sure he's got to be absolutely delighted of coming through a very dramatic World Championship race and taking it for 2 years on the trot. Amazing stuff. At 96, Kevin Randall keeps the gold roof for another 12 months. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go on the turnstile bends for 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 2004 2-litre hot rod World Championship. Okay, 90 runs away then for the
425 leading from the very shiny car of Kevin Head in 360. So those two leading away down the back straight. Now he's making some good progress. Oh, there's some drama on the back straight. for 339 Ben Furness, and also for 501 Lloyd Wellham. And 339 isn't going to actually stop there, although I think he might just get it safe. Jamie Austin on the outside, Richard Bolton also making some good progress in 323. The two smart cars in the formula are together there, 427 and 323. That will make a pretty good shot, I should think, for one of the photographers. But it's still Phil Wilson that leads it in 425. Second to change is 81. Lee Parsons moves past Kevin Head. And here on the home straight, Gary Vince goes out again in 500. So didn't have good luck in his first race of the day, and he hasn't done in his second one either. Jamie Austin still going round the outside of the far side, but this is costing him a lot of places here. And moving up fast, the Irishman, 923, Steve Emerson. Richard Bolton's in the thick of it as well, although he's getting a bit sideways on round that turnstile bend, courtesy of 45 Mark Edwards. But he's managed to get back in. It's still 425 who leads, but 81 is after him as they head through the turnstile bend. By the time they get here, who will it be? It's still 425, 81, and then 923 is third. Don't forget that 501 is a main marker, so he's not part of this race. And it's Lee Parsons then who goes in front in 81. 923, Steve Emerson comes through and gets second. 425, Phil Wilson is third. Then it's 45, Drama on the turnstile bend. They're all over the place over there. And on the back straight, Gary DeBryce. Oh, round head on by Jamie Austin, red flag. Please Lynn. In hot pursuit. So England against Hull, there could be more trouble brewing on the far side, and certainly that was major trouble. Black flag 45, should he rejoin? Mr. Starter, please. Sorry. So 81 and 923 still lead the way. 916 is next in line, and then following that, another one of the Irish cars. So Ireland, another one's gone. Mervyn Lockwood now up on the turnstile bend, and through go the leaders then with 14 done is fine. Next time, Madam Starter, and Steve Emerson is making his move down the far side. You're going to have to watch out on the turnstile bend where there's parked cars. Black Cross 325, Madam Starter, as well with the silver and blue heading towards you. And as they head for the far side, Stephen Emerson has got in front, so 923 takes him up now. It's Irish. Almost all the way here, 305, blue flag, Black Cross, 305. 325, then not 305, Black Cross. Right through to the final stage is Stephen Emerson in 923, leading the way, looking like another victory for the Irish in the lightning rods here at Vauxhall. 81. Lee Parsons for England, but he's been passed now by 916 Mark Keys. So Ireland now first and second. Lee Parsons drops down to third. Fourth is 943. Again for Northern Ireland. Blue flag Mr. Medal starter 351. And more trouble on the back straight for Trevor Buckley, but he survives that. 943 Robert Cairns is running in fourth, so Ireland first, second and fourth, the only Englishman in amongst them, 81 Lee Parsons. Coming to win it for Northern Ireland, Stephen Emerson takes the victory, Mark Keys is second, Lee Parsons is third, and then Robert Cairns, the very nice looking car, 943, makes fourth, and then the rest come through beyond that with Richard Spallins, Trevor Buckley, and the rest filling up the minor places, and what, as usual, was a bit of a lively old do. They've now done 20 laps, so red flag, Adam Starter, please. And taking the win. Raced here at Vauxhall. Black Cross 17 was the starter, please. Oh, some more drama, big drama too down the back straight involving Paul Frost and a few others. Frosty though has got himself back round the right way and got in the race again. Appears to be going very well. 87 Steve Abbott, who got hustled out of things very early on, is struggling a bit. Two more have gone roaring across on the speedway to rejoin. Davey Philp was one of them in 29. Stephen Bell in number 9. On trouble on the back straight, 31. James Hardy. Yellow, Mr. Starter, please. And also 447, who was probably pushing 29 at the time, so the pair of them. There's any trouble to Stuart Wright, who made his name initially, well certainly with us at Speedworth, with the stock cars, but been in the stock roads now for a long time. It's all a bit fraught for third, where Stephen Grady in 17 is hanging on from Tristan Jackson, Paul Druitt, Andy Sturt, and several others down the back straight. McCready is finally overrun by it all, and it may well be Jackson and Sturt who emerge with the next places. Settled itself down. It is Jackson and Sturt then. So 300 goes third, 168 is fourth, and then we have 698, 896, and 33 just beyond that. Stephen McCready falling back rapidly now, and in fact looks as though he's slowing down the back straight after a good early run in this one. But 17 glides to a halt. His race is run. He joins half a dozen others on the infield. Three abreast gas around the scoreboard then, so that markers that could all end in tears. Miraculously it doesn't. And the leaders are just behind. The leader is just behind them and in amongst them. So 924 is going to have to tread very carefully here. This looks like rather dangerous ground to be mixed up in. He's picking his way through there, I think, and on hard a little bit. Oh, there's a gap for him. I nearly was. But he's getting knocked about a bit, but he's still in front. He's now done 14 laps, so 5 next time is the starter. And 924's emerged, still with the lead. 823 second, but closed in now by 300 and 168 and 896 and 698. It's all a bit flawed, that, isn't it? Sturdy looks as though he's gone past Jackson, so he goes third. Oops. In they all go, and here come the leaders, 924, 823, 168 and 300. I think 924 may have weathered the storm. He's got a really quite clear track ahead of him from here on in. So with 3 to go, Stuart Wright probably on the way to winning this. But second could still be anybody's. At the moment, Paul Williams in 823 has got it. But Andy Sturdy in 168 is after him, and he's got past on the turnstile bend, so Sturdy goes second with 2 laps to go. Williams down to third. Tristan Jackson is next in line. Then we've got the Druids and Stuart Smythe just beyond that. At 924, Stuart Wright by the top Midlands races, heading down this home straight. Pursued by a bunch of back markers, and then Andy Sturt in 168 running second, and he's done some wonderful things in his time as 30, but he's never won a race from here, and he's not going to win this one either. Here comes Stuart Wright then to take it with 30 second. David Williams, I think I called him Paul, but David Williams third. What's happening here on the home straight? Davey Phil, oops, and Frosty, oh, and several others all piled up. Reds, I think, Michael, well done. There'll be turnstile.
Oh, yes! Better late than never, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is, number 19, Duffy Collard. Typical Duffy style, supposed to have been here an hour and a half ago. Famous autocross Mark II Escort then, and it looks like he can get it sideways just as he always did. Tommy Collins then, Victory's friends, number 19. Blow me down, he's putting some times in there that some current national stars would be damn proud of. Absolutely. Obviously he's lost none of it. Way to go, you superstar! Brought out of retirement. Celebrate it all. What about that? Ladies and gentlemen, Mick Duffy Collard then, here at the Vauxhall International Raceway. We'll grab a word with him as soon as he's gone out here. Look at that, still as agile as ever he was. Ladies and gentlemen, Duffy Collard. He's got his puffer. I've got some coke for him. You wait, there's no damn good with no brandy in it. Well done, Duffy. We are delighted to see you. But in true Collard style, you're bloody late.
I couldn't get the chickens out of the car. I mean, I tried to get it clean last night, but like, they were the roots. I had it in the shed for a long time. So like, I'm sorry I was late, but like, all good things are worth waiting for. So don't forget tomorrow, we're going to have to change a bit of paint.
Absolutely brilliant to see you. Come and jump aboard this truck, Duffy, and we'll talk more as we go round. It's an absolute delight to see you. As svelte as he ever was. Turn around so your public can see you, Duffy. Now, I can let everyone into a secret here. You've worked, and a lot of people have worked damned hard to get that car back in a race-ready condition, haven't they?
Yeah, we didn't. We had a small problem this morning. We'd done an engine in, so we had to go back home and get another engine. People worked day and night on this car for me. I'd like to thank everybody who was involved, and I hope we do a good show tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Duffy Collard! Even the hair team saluting you. Chrissy, good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend Duffy Collard, number 19.
To the home straight. Willie Holman's the German in the world final tomorrow, but he has got work to do now. He had some work to do after the last race, but clearly this time an awful lot to do in 4, 6, 7. as time is rapidly creeping up on the old curfew. Steve Thompson then the winner in 1:70. Just in case you think we didn't see what happened between Thompson and Colin Smith, we did.
So here's Barry then talking to Shane Murphy right now.
Shane, 19 years of age, everything's to go for. Your second row on the grid. What are your feelings now?
Mixed. Just feeling nervous.
Good, if you're not nervous, you're not going to go quickly. But basically, how are you going to run this? You're going to go from the off, you're going to wait till 30 laps and treat it like a final, or what?
I'm just going to drive the race. I see it and do what I see happens in front of me. So.
Good. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to see what happens in front of him. And I tell you what, there's either going to be a very, very fast run into the first corner, and he's going to come out in front, or he's going to come out third. Good luck to you, Shane, and all the Irish contenders. Gee, what? Jesus Christ, I can't understand what you're saying. Come here, you silly paddy, with your camera. What did you just see then?
There's Barry doing
nothing. Nothing, okay. Typical Irish, say bloody nothing.
Thank you, Barry, for your help with our relations there with our friends. Right, the renowned wet weather expert Andy Stewart, he was probably hoping for a bit of a more elongated shower there, Donut.
Yeah, we could have done with a bit more rain. Never knows what's going to happen. Feel a bit lively at the start anyway now.
Well, of course, everyone focuses on Carl Baldley being very local. Of course, so too are you. You came so close, within 6 inches. I think it was in 1996. So you've still got it to prove, Donut.
Yeah, we've still got to win it, but yeah, we've had some good places, and we'll just see what happens after 75 laps.
Best of luck. There's Andy Stewart then from Manningtree down there. I've lost sight of Barry now. Oh, he's up there with Mike Rawdon.
Hi, Mike. What are your tactics?
I hope to settle in behind the cars in front and let the race settle over the first couple of laps, and I think once there's five or six laps gone, we'll see where it's going after that and hopefully make a move then.
Well, that will leave more to do.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're not going to win it on the first race. And so
is the car good?
That's reasonable, yeah.
Reasonable, only reasonable?
Well, sure, we're back here, not in the front.
Good, I wish you all the best. Thanks very much. Mike, back to you.
Thank you, Barry. So there he was. We've got to grab a word. He hates me for this, and I always do it to him, but it is my job. And this is the reigning National Hot Rod World Champion, Dave Longhurst. Now, in fairness, Dave, I said Dave Longhurst, ladies and gentlemen. They certainly love you, Dave. Now,
there's just 5 minutes before the National Hot Rod Championship of the World 2004.
Sorry, that was one of our sponsor credits. Now, you were one of the ones that was dancing for rain. You obviously didn't dance quite long enough because we've had a little shower, but that probably isn't what you wanted.
Story of my life, I picked too early.
That's something else we learned from. No! I'm not going to say that. Listen, on behalf of everyone here, Dave, you've been a brilliant world champion, and of course we wish you the best of the luck and let you get on with your preparation. So there's Dave Longhurst, ladies and gentlemen, reigning National Hot Rod World Champion. Barry Lee's in conversation right now with Ricky Hunn.
Ricky, between us is about 150 years. How are you feeling?
Bloody shit, to be honest.
That's a great answer from a great Englishman. What are your chances, Ricky? You're in the middle of the pack.
I think, we're a long way back. There's a lot of quick boys up front. Same story, they're all fairly level, the cars. Anything can happen. If I can last the 75 laps, I'd like to think I'll be there, but I might be knackered halfway through.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ricky Hunn.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Here we go then, stand by, Vauxhall International Raceway, the 2004 National Hot Rod Championship of the World!
So there they go then, 75 laps ahead of them for the 2004 National Hot Rod World Championship. Ipswich favourite Carl Boardley on pole, but he's having something of a rough ride out there. He's gone from the inside to the outside. Clive Richardson has muscled his way through, and the Irishman it is who's taken up the running, and Boardley finds himself slipping back behind Blackman, Jameson and the rest of the pack. Quite what the ramifications of that will be remains to be seen, but the upshot is that from pole he's gone down to Group 5, but there is still 74 laps ahead of them, so not too late for Carl Boardley to retrieve it. But for the moment, Clive Richardson, who won the British Championship over in Northern Ireland, is battling with the top Englishman, Malcolm Blackman, and as they come down that far side, Blackman it is who's taken up the running. So 911, Malcolm Blackman leads the way. The Scotsman James Jameson has gone through in the Corrado in second, and then beyond that Andy Stewart in 198, who came so very near some years ago but finally missed out by inches in the closest finish ever. This though is very close as they run at the moment. Blackman in front, Jameson second, Stewart third, and beyond Stewart Clive Richardson has slipped back to fourth, and just beyond him Boardley is beginning to show some interest again after that very controversial first lap. I think somewhere along the way there Richardson may well have been shown the black cross, but in all the comings and goings it's somewhat difficult to make it all out. But anyway, there's still plenty of time to go. The track more or less dry, a little bit slippery if you get on the outside from the shower that came down just 10 minutes or so before the start of this big race. But for the moment Blackman still leads the way, choosing to go with the Peugeot 206 rather than the 205. The car used of course to top the English points. Some interest there in third place, where Richardson and Stewart had almost a coming together. In the end Richardson backed off, Stewart regained third, Boardley is fifth, and Simon Bentley has made a very good start. The man from Shropshire has never had a great finish in the world, but this is looking as though this could be his best yet. Currently running in sixth place. Just casting an eye back to see how the defending champion Dave Longhurst is making out. He's just off that group, but will no doubt be with them fairly shortly. Although last year, of course, he won the race in the first 5 laps. This year, if the race is going to be won in the first 5 laps, Carl Boardley may well have something to say about it, and Malcolm Blackman, assuming he goes on from here to win it, may well think, well, that was when it was won as well. But for the moment he leads the way, coming up to lap the South African Willie Myberg. So the first car to be lapped, and we're only just around 12-15 laps into the race. Still Blackman with the lead. The Scotsman James Jameson still tracking him all the way. Further back down, Bentley has slipped past Boardley, so the local favourite has slipped back down to 6th now. And this on a year when hopes were so high after 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd. I think a lot of people thought that this was going to be his year, but that first lap may well have put paid to his chances, although he is a very strong finisher as a rule. And talking of strong finishers, watch out perhaps as the race goes on for Phil Spinks. Finished very strongly last year, was the quickest a couple of weeks ago at the Thunder 500 meeting, was the quickest in practice, and there is Phil in the black 14, and he has made some significant progress from mid-grid. If this man ever qualified anywhere near the front, he could be a serious threat to the established order. But for the moment, Malcolm Blackman still leads the way. Looking further back down, Carl Boardley is still struggling really to stay with him. He still can see Blackman and Jameson there in the blue Corrado in second. Andy Stewart and Clive Richardson still nothing between them, third and fourth. And then Simon Bentley still running fifth, and Carl Boardley behind that. Bit of a gap before we come to the next. They're in line, and they are headed by Mike Reardon, 142, who's currently running 7th, just ahead of the defending champion Dave Longhurst. And I think it's not going to be Dave's year this time round.
problems, of course, for Dave last night in the 2-litre hot rod world. It could be that the man who might have gone away from here with both World Championships this year might have to finally go away with none. And his old rival from the 2-litre hot rod days, Malcolm Blackman, may be the man who goes away with the biggest crown of them all, this National Hot Rod World Championship. He's beginning to leave Jameson behind. Jameson, though, they're still there in second. Grateful, I think, after the events of the last week, he's even in the race at all. But anyway, he's there second. Still nothing between Andy Stewart and Clive Richardson. Richardson looking very, very impatient at the moment. As Blackman now comes up to lap another clutch of back markers further down the grid. Very, very little to be seen from the Southern Irish stars. Neville Stanley in the Ford Focus 967, not having a great race. And of course his comrade Tom Casey not with us this year. Blackman now deep in amongst the back markers. Travis Stroud in 402, just being lapped. Up ahead of Blackman now he's got Mike Holtby in 160 to deal with, and all of this is presumably going to help Jameson. Although that went nicely for Blackman there, in and out of the back markers very, very well. Up ahead of him now Mark Jones will be the next in line. While further back, Boardley and Bentley are beginning to have quite an interesting little battle for the moment. Bentley still has that 5th place. Boardley tried round the outside, suddenly found Rudy Myberg blocking the way. But Boardley could well be on a charge here. The disappointment of lap 1 perhaps put behind him. There's still a race to be won. And of course the town will go wild if their favourite son were to actually land the title at this 5th attempt. Former stock rod racer. But for the moment it's still Blackman who leads the way. 911 lapping Neville Stanley as he goes. He's left Jameson a long way behind, and Jameson now is under pressure from Clive Richardson. So as they head down that far side, the Irishman Richardson, the Scotsman Jameson. The key to this is going to be the back marker 402 Trevor Stroud. But I think Jameson is probably going to get the breaks through here. He's got up on the outside of Stroud, but he's still finding it hard going out there. Richardson, I think, will probably have to go to the outside as well in the end. And all this is allowing Blackman to get further and further ahead. He's now 20-30 yards clear of second and third. Boardley has got past Bentley, and Longhurst is beginning to come into the picture now. It's a little bit too late perhaps with the race getting on towards halfway. But you never ever rule Longhurst out of the race. Very, very strong finisher, of course, so still in with a shout. Meanwhile, Jameson has finally found a way past Trevor Stroud. Clive Richardson goes past now into third. And Boardley has slipped past Andy Stewart, so the Ipswich man on something of a charge here now. But watch out behind him, Phil Spinks from mid-grid is beginning to look very, very dangerous here, and he's challenging Longhurst as they head down that far side. If he gets past Longhurst, you've got to feel, I think, that he's in with a shout on this. Maybe not a winning, but of something like a half-decent place. I don't think anyone is going to catch Blackman now. But he was in a very similar position a couple of years ago when mechanical problems forced his demise. But there doesn't seem to be any sign of problems at the moment as he makes his way round a huge group of back markers. On the outside of them all, there's Adam Scott in there, which of course carries Malcolm's old number, 119. But Blackman, for the moment, knowing that if we can get past this bunch, then really the race is possibly won, even at this halfway mark. Longham is still making some progress, so is Phil Spinks. They both slipped past Andy Stewart, who's really going backwards now after such a bright start. But the Essex star, his best ever finish, second, and he's not going to beat that this year, that's for sure. Blackman still in amongst the back markers, but now the best part of half a lap clear of James Jameson, the Scotsman. Blackman there lapping Ricky Hunn, so that's another former world champion dispatched. And now finding a way past the Irishman, Stuart Doak. And from here he's got a very, very clear run, and all the pursuing pack have got this huge bunch of back markers to deal with. So Blackman for the time being can sit pretty, knowing that he's halfway to winning the 2004 World Championship. But Boardley's still making some progress in 41. He's not entirely out of it yet. He may be out of winning this, but he could maybe still be top 3 or 4. Phil Spinks still looking very, very dangerous. He and Longhurst are battling for 6th or 7th, but it's all a long way behind Blackman. And Andy Stewart retires 198. He pulls it onto the infield, so the man who ran second for so long, or third for so long, he's finally pulled it up on the infield where he joins only a few cars. Actually been a surprisingly low dropout rate of this year's World, and so far with the halfway mark been and gone, no stoppages. I know that's always the kiss of death, but so far so good. Boardley is now closing in on Clive Richardson. That's the closest they've been since the start of the race. But then it was for the lead. Now it's for one of the minor places. Blackman is still leading the way. Jameson is still second. Richardson is third. Boardley is fourth, and he might be third by the time they get here next. He's making an attack on Richardson through the scoreboard bend, and Boardley really is beginning to wind it up now. Richardson, for all his speed over in the British Championship and in the qualifying, not really looking quite as hot now as he was at the early stages. Phil Spinks also beginning to make some good progress just off that group, so watch out for him as well. Spinks has found a way past Longhurst, and he really is beginning to look very, very dangerous. He is such a strong finisher, one of the best finishers in national hot rod racing, and he's going to finish higher than where he is at the moment, which is about 6th. Davey McCall is about, well, he's being lapped. Another former world champion is being lapped by Blackman, and he's possibly now about to be lapped by Jameson. So the ex-world champions, Ricky Hunn, Davey McCall and Dave Longhurst, as he now is, not faring quite so well in this one in the 2004 World Championship. Boardley, meanwhile, has caught up with Jameson. So are we going to see... Well, this would be sensational, because bear in mind Boardley was back in 6th at one stage, but has now worked his way back through into 3rd. It would take some doing to catch Blackman, but while the race is still on, he's still got to have some hope here. There's kind of things can go wrong with cars, back markers can play a part. If we had either a red flag or a yellow flag, now it could be interesting, but as it stands at the moment, Blackman is a very, very long way clear, half a lap, and apparently gaining. Jameson still running in 2nd, Boardley though in 3rd. Spinks, meanwhile, having got past Longhurst a little while ago, seems to have fell back behind him, and now he's got past him again, so really not much to choose between those, 14 and 230. It's a question of which one has got most left in the tank for the last third of this race, which is beginning to look very, very much like a runaway from Malcolm Blackman. He had the Thunder 500 here at Vauxhall a fortnight ago, and it's beginning to look as though the World Championship may be going the same way. Mike Holtby, the latest to retire, pulls it up alongside Ricky Hunn, who departed some laps ago, and now Boardley and Jameson. This is looking interesting as they head down the home straight and into the scoreboard bend. This, remember, is for 2nd. So Jameson in the Corrado, Boardley in the Peugeot, hastily rebuilt after the big crash in the Thunder 500 meeting, and they've done very, very well to get here at all today, let alone be competitive, and then all the disappointments of lap 1 and all that happened there. But he's come back strongly, and if he can find a way past Jameson, which won't be easy, but if he can, well, there might just about be enough time left to at least give Blackman some sleepless nights. Meanwhile, Spinks is still on the march. He's found a way past Bentley. He seems to have left Longhurst behind as well, although we've said that already twice. And Longham's come back. But Spinks this time really has left Bentley and Longham behind. That said, it's still the best part of 3/4 of a lap behind Blackman, who is comfortably clear, half a lap clear of this battle for second between James Jameson and Carl Boardley. The laps are beginning to run out. Blackman has at least got one hand on the trophy, but as we've seen many a time, it's not run until it's won. Spinks still making progress, and if I was Jameson or Boardley, I think I'd be getting a bit worried about this. At the moment though, Jameson can't find a way past Richardson, although he's certainly given it a good try down on that scoreboard bend, and I think he's managed to make it, so Spinks goes through. The black Citroen is now the car to watch, I think, over these closing laps, although this battle between Boardley and Jameson, interesting though it is about to become a three-car battle. Longham slipping further back. Battle of the Corrados there with 970. Shane Murphy from Northern Ireland and Chris Hurd out in his new run. But they are, in truth, some way down the grid. Here's the other Corrado, the blue one of Jameson, still second. Boardley still third. But look what's coming along behind. Phil Spinks is arriving, and he looks as though he means some serious business. Beyond that, Richardson, Bentley and Longhurst complete the next places, but Spinks really is on a charge here. It'd be impossible to think that he could actually win it, but he could certainly get past these two. Boardley has found a way past Jameson in all the comings and goings there, so the local hero is through into second. But is he going to be able to stave off Spinks, who really does look as though he's got the bit between the teeth? Blackman out on his own up front, but this is the big battle at the moment. Carl Boardley in the yellow 41 for second, Phil Spinks in the black Citroen 14 for third, and they seem to have left Jameson's Corrado behind, although he is still there in fourth. And you have to say, out of these, Spinks looks the most likely. He's certainly glued to Boardley's back bumper as they head down that back straight and through the turnstile bend. Several in the crowd still with their umbrellas up, with a long since ceased raining. Shane Murphy, meanwhile, out he goes. He looks as though he's reasonably safe over there. Hopefully he is. Last thing, well, I was going to say, the last thing we want is a stoppage at this point, although Boardley and Spinks wouldn't mind one, I'm sure, because that's the only way they're ever going to close the gap on Blackman. He had one hand on the cut last time we mentioned him. He's probably got 1.5 hands on it, I should think, now, with the laps rapidly running out. And who knows, he may even lap Longhurst before the finish of this, the two old rivals from the 2-litre hot rod days. And Blackman is certainly closing in on Longham. Meanwhile, Spinks is doing everything but actually pass Boardley as they go past the stricken Murphy car, which fortunately doesn't look as though it's too much of a problem over there. Jameson in the blue Corrado still just about in touch with these two. Here's a chance for Spinks as they go down the far side, but the gap closed. Boardley got back in, he's still holding on to second. Meanwhile, Blackman has completed the pass on Longhurst, so past and present, or probable present champions, going through the film there together. Malcolm Blackman in mind, everyone. Dave Longhurst has been a great champion, no doubt at all about that, and Blackman, I'm sure, will be, with his incredible attendance record. The pair of them, real credit to hot rods, both 2-litre and nationals. Meanwhile, what's going to happen for this second place? I think first is well and truly spoken for, as the countdown laps rapidly running out. Blackman on really what is now looking more or less like a victory lap. Spinks and Boardley, I think Spinks may just about be getting the better of this as they come down this home straight once again. and Spinks, he's finally made it through. He certainly hounded Boardley all the way, and as they go down the far side, Phil Spinks, this has been a brilliant drive. If only he qualified somewhere near the front of the grid, but all of that is somewhat academic because Foxhall gets ready to salute the new world champion, 911, Malcolm Blackman. It's he who takes victory in the 2004 World Championship. Going through just behind him is the defending champion, Dave Longhurst. Spinks grabs second. Boardley will be very, very disappointed with that. Third, in anybody's language, would be good, but it wasn't what he came here to be. And then James Jameson, Simon Bentley, and then the lap cars, Longhurst, Richardson, Chris Head, Mike Worden, and the rest come through at the end of 75 laps here at Vauxhall. The 2004 World Champion, 911, Malcolm Blackman.
So there he is, he shuts the engine off. Let's get in there before anyone else because we want to grab a word with this guy with tears in his eyes. Malcolm, on behalf of everyone here, many, many congratulations. You're delighted, I'm sure. Hello, everyone. What a race, boy, and you just let such a pace.
I don't know, the car's just good.
And there's got to be something to do with Malcolm Blackman as well, surely.
Oh no, we have to say really thanks to everybody that's helped tonight. I've had a lot of help, especially Peter Wing with the car, you know, Elite Transmission, Dave Rowe, Loman and Jones, everybody, and if I haven't mentioned you, all the team, thanks for the help.
Hey, we'll talk to you more fully in just a moment. Let's let you get all your supporters in there and all your friends to thank you. We will catch proper words with Malcolm in due course, but he is absolutely elated, tears in his eyes. Let's bring him on board here from Grampian Building Contractors, James Jameson Jr. Come on, James. He perhaps of everyone had the most fraught couple of weeks before actually getting here because he wasn't sure he was even going to be here. Well done to you, James. In there, collect your wreath, your trophy, kisses and champagne as well. Well done, James. We'll get to you for a speech in a while, and I noticed Steve McDermott down here as well, so at least we're going to have a translator. May well be necessary. So posing there with champagne, with trophy, with Kent Cans and with Sophie. Poet and don't know it. What about that? Coming up on board stage now, number 41, Carl Boardley. Come on, Carl. So much support around the terraces. Ever the professional, up he bounces. Collects the cup, the kiss, and the champagne too. If you wouldn't mind hanging around, Carl, they do want some photos of you. So there's Carl Boardley, 41 then. And the guy that said to me, I don't really want to speak to you because you won't bring me no luck. Well, I think he'll eat his words now. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Spinks! Here comes Phil. Brilliant drive from him. Get in there. Collects his trophy. Wreath placed upon him. He'll turn around for his photographs. Your press awaits you, Phil. Driving the exhibition machine Citroen so very, very well. Okay, there we are, Graham. Well
Dave. Every so often you get somebody that comes into the Formula with a lot of money and comes and takes all, but you certainly can't say that about the winner of this year's race. He used to race in mini stocks, he's raced in stock cars, 2-litre hot rods, and whatever he's raced in, he's always remained ultra competitive. And now, a couple of years on in the National Hot Rods, he's been English points champion on more than one occasion, the best in Britain, just about everything, and now he can say he's the National Hot Rod World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 911 Malcolm Blackman! So well done to Malcolm, fantastic drive, and much as we saw from Logan last year, certainly plenty of hard work early on, from around the halfway stage. If the car lasted, there was never ever through, really starting to pick up, traffic played its part, and getting past various drivers, but all while that was going on, Malcolm was further and further away.
Before you go, Blackman, get back up there, we want to talk to you. He won't be too proud to admit that as soon as he drew up here on the podium, there were tears in his eyes, the family joined him. I have to say, that's the one you really, really wanted, Malcolm, because in fairness, in your racing career, some of the big titles have eluded you a bit, haven't they?
Just a little bit. It's more than it's more David McCall that's eluded me, not the titles.
But everything came together. Graham said, and all of us said, in fairness, Malcolm, and I'm sure you'd agree as well, once you got your nose in front, you were going to be, you know, you always looked to be so focused, so committed. You were always going to be a devil to catch. You built up a heck of a lead, but you didn't let off at all, did you? You just kept going.
We did a bit. We was just, you know, just watching the mirror and just keeping enough.
And the car felt good. I mean, it looked good all the way around. No problems at all.
Everything was just good. It's just brilliant. Do you know?
Well, there you are. You've got the equipment, you've got the ability, haven't you? And you have finally got the title that you so desperately wanted. There we are, ladies and gentlemen, the National Hot Rod World Champion, 9-1, Malcolm Blackman.
And not forgetting, of course, on the second car as well, the man that again came on very, very well in the late stages, Bill Spinks. Here we are then, back straight the 1-2 in this year's World Final. Phil Spinks and Malcolm Blackman.
So here we are, the man that finished top of the points after all those months of racing, and now here he is, #1 in the world. I'm not forgetting Phil Spinks just behind.
So Malcolm Blackman, then, how's it feel to be the 2004 World Champion?
That's great. You know, it's been a long time coming, you know, but car was good, everything was good on the day, and we had the luck. As obviously, you know, if the rain would have come down, I don't think we'd have won it, but we have.
It was quite a hairy at the start. There was cars getting overtaken off roads at the beginning of the race.
It's very good. Yeah, I like that. I do like it from the back. You know, I like the traffic. That suits me, Jimmy. I'm not normally fast enough from the front.
Once you got away, I mean, it was just a Sunday drive for you, really.
Yeah, once we got in the lead, we just paced it, just keep looking in the mirror and make sure nobody was coming, and that was good enough for us.
And nothing wrong with the car, but just no niggles with the car through the race?
No niggles at all. We've had when we first put it together for the Thunder 500 last week, we had a bit of a brake problem. We've been working on that, and it's all come good today.
So that makes it all worthwhile for you in the Nationals?
Oh yeah, brilliant. You know, have to just get on now and carry on with the rest of the year.
It could be a lot harder now. You've been starting at the back anyway, but
yeah, I've been the last car, you know, just in front of Dave all year, so it ain't really going to matter, is it? Do you mean? Yeah.
So we look forward to you then out for the rest of the season. Any plans to do anything else? You're just going to stick at the Nationals then?
I don't know if I'm going to carry on yet until I speak to him.
Well, you've done one or two other things, of course. I mean, you're racing the saloon and 2-litre rods. How does this compare to that?
Oh, this is brilliant. Do you mean, you know, without no shadow of doubt, the 2 litres are good for traffic. You know, they are brilliant to race through for traffic, but the speed of one of these is just brilliant.
It's great to see you, Malcolm. Great to see you win the World Championship at last. All the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye. So Phil Spinks with me now, second in the World Championship. Phil, what a drive!
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Yeah, it went well.
Did you come on strong in the closing stages? Did you have a particular setup to plan for that?
Yeah, it's no, not really. I mean, it's just the way the car is. It does come on better at the end, but you know, the plan was to sort of take it easy in the beginning, but all that went out the window, really. It was such a fast pace that I just went for it from the off, and, you know, at the end the tyres were not as good, but it was still going pretty quick, so I was happy, yeah.
So what made you go quicker than everybody else then towards the end?
I don't know. Who knows, eh? Just a different setup on the car, you know.
Do you wish you'd done better in the qualifying now, then you could have maybe been up at the front of the grid?
It takes all the excitement away. It takes all the excitement away. No, I mean, yeah, I suppose, yeah, you could say that. It might have made more of a race with Malcolm, but I think he'd have been hard to stay with and certainly hard to pass, but yeah. So
does that make you more keen for next year then to try and do better in the qualifiers? Or you're going to continue with the Nationals, I take?
I'll continue, but I'll probably qualify just the same. You know, you've got to throw a lot of money on it to get up to the front, and I haven't got a lot of money to throw at it because that's not the way I am, really, you know. But.
So James Jameson then fourth across the line in that one. Good race. Tyres go off a bit at the end?
That's right. It was had a wee bit of push in the end, but I mean, it's no worse than nobody else's. We had a good race. We got off to a good start and kept it chopping. So here we are.
You had a bit of problems getting by Trevor Stroud for part of the race after Malcolm got by him.
That's right. I mean, Carl's a bit uptight about racing with me, but I'm racing for a position. I mean, 4:02. I mean, he raced me and he's a lap down, you know. So I think he just played too fair, but it's racing, isn't it? See how it goes.
What's the position with Carl Bordley? I see he's taking his car away and not coming into the scrutineering bay. Did you hear anything about that?
I heard somebody saying something like that. I hear they're doing fuel checks and they're weighing the cars and whatever, so things there, so I'm not bothered, like.
And has this persuaded you to keep going at the Nationals now for another season?
Well, we'll have a word with the team. We'll see what we're going to do and how I think about it. Talk to Colin and, you know, see how it goes.